Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another movie review. In today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on the 2010 Edgar Wright movie, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is directed by Edgar Wright, like I said, and stars Michael Cera and Chris Evans, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and Aubrey Plaza, and a bunch of other cast members. It's got pretty much like a talented cast in this movie. And so Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is about this. As bass guitarist for a garage rock band, Scott Pilgrim has never had trouble getting a girlfriend usually. The problem is getting rid of them. But when Ramona Flowers skates into his heart, he finds that she has the most troublesome baggage of all. An army of ex-boyfriends who will stop at nothing to eliminate him from her list of suitors. Yep. And so Scott Pilgrim has to do whatever he can to stop all the ex-boyfriends and save the day. Yeah. And there you go. So that's pretty much what Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is about. So recently I watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on Netflix recently. And I gotta say, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is definitely an awesome 2010 movie from Universal Studios. I also thought it was pretty cool how the Universal opening logo is it played out as an 8-bit video game style. And of course the Universal fanfare is in video game 8-bit style as well. Yeah, even the Universal Jerry Goldsmith fanfare from 1997 to 2012, that fanfare was also heard at one point in the movie. Yeah. And of course, all the acting performances, before we get to the acting performances, I gotta say, Edgar Wright's direction for this movie, the way he directed this film, Edgar Wright does a really great job directing this film. I heard Edgar Wright has also directed a bunch of other movies that one I actually have on 4K, and that is Baby Driver. Yeah, Edgar Wright actually directed Baby Driver, which I heard really awesome things about, and I actually do have Baby Driver on 4K. And Edgar Wright has also worked on a bunch of other movies, and I think his next movie coming out in October is going to be called like Last Night in Soho, whatever that is. Because I think from what I heard, yeah. But yeah, and of course the acting performances are awesome. The acting's really good. Michael Cera does a great job playing Scott Pilgrim. And there's also Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who plays Ramona Flowers. She did a good job. And Chris Evans was in this movie too. Yeah, and Chris Evans, he did a good job as well. And Karen Culkin, he did good. And yeah, I liked everything about this movie, because I think everything about this movie is awesome. Because and I also think the way the visuals and the visuals of the animation at some parts in this film, it's really good, and it's very well done too. And I also think Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is definitely one of the best movies of 2010 as well. And even some people say Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is their favorite Edgar Wright movie. And so far, I gotta say, yeah, I think Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is so far my favorite Edgar Wright movie. I haven't watched Baby Driver yet, but maybe I will someday. So overall, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is an awesome 2010 movie, and I'm gonna give Scott Pilgrim vs. the World 5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World yet, I definitely recommend it. Oh yeah, and plus I just remembered, I also had this movie on DVD. Yeah, I remember I got the Scott Pilgrim versus the World on DVD years ago, and I kind of forgot to show it to you guys for this movie review, but oh well. So sometimes I like doing movie reviews on movies that I have on physical media, and sometimes I like reviewing them without having to reveal the VHS, DVD, or Blu-ray, or 4K, whatever. So it's fine. But yeah, so definitely check out Scott Pilgrim vs. the World if you haven't seen it yet. And so that's going to be it for this movie review on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.